These are the two elite teams, the teams that you would thought that would be here, and they have earned their right to play in this final game. And Mark, this is going to be an outstanding game. There's no question about it.
Starting lineups for Moscow. What they've had most of the season. And Alexei Safrasenko ready to jump it up with Mike Batiste. The 7'1" Safrasenko, one of 3 7-footers that rotate throughout that CSKA lineup. Panathinaikos not quite that big, but effective up front. And the final is underway, and CSKA, the defending champs, have the ball. 16 prior meetings. Panathinaikos have won 9 of them, including the last 3.
And it'll be interesting to see if CSKA can go inside down low early. They got a size advantage, and they do that right away.
They try for a little inside-out maneuver, but the pass from Safrasenko to Langdon goes out of bounds. So a turnover on the first possession for the defending champs.
And Dita Matias, the top defender in Euroleague, runs the point here for Panathinaikos.
Vesrovic in a post-up, kicking it out. Dimos Dikoudis, one of the rugged up-front players for the Greens of Panathinaikos. Siskauskas little give and goes, but Besarevic will hit the jumper to open the scoring.
And just like he did in the semifinal game, Besarevic gets off to a good start with a bucket, and it's Panathinaikos up 2.
Oscar Torres with the ball, a late season addition with Vanderpool going out with a back injury. And Torres has been a great addition to the CSKA team, keeping them rolling. J.R. Holden, air ball on the pull-up. And the ball stripped away inside. Torres lost it, but it was last touched by Besarevic. And it will be CSKA ball underneath. Here's Siskauskas, just named to the second team, all Euroleague team. Inside, Safrasenko can't hit. Fall away, off the follow, won't go. Torres couldn't get it, but Holden tracks down the loose ball.
And the referees are letting him play here early. It's going to be a very, I think, physical game with a lot of emphasis on the defense for both teams.
Torres inside, kicks out for Holden. This time the jumper goes. It's a 3. Besarevic gives it up. Diamantidis. Such a part of things for Panathinaikos on both ends. Besarevic from the elbow. Pull-up jumper. He hits again.
And that is 2 baskets for Besarevic. 4 points. He scored the first 7 on Friday for Panathinaikos. Off to, again, a great start here.
And a foul in the post-up. Besarevic whistled for his first, trying to deny position to Oscar Torres. First foul of the game on Sami Besarevic. CSKA keeps the possession. Holden looking in for Smotis. His first touch against Dikoudis, trying to force it up and in. Batiste the rebound.
Good position that time by Dikoudis on the defensive end.
Diamantidis skipping into the lane and back out. Siskauskas tightly guarded by Trajan Langdon. Screen from Batiste, who opens up. Going to the hole. Mike Batiste hits the land.
A good screen roll that time by Batiste. Batiste rolling inside. Good delivery on the pass. And Panathinaikos off to a nice start here and a 6-3 lead.
Oscar Torres baseline drive. Out for Holden. Holden threw it away. He thought Smotis was staying beyond the arc, and Smotis had started to cut to the hole.
And this is, here we see the good roll by Batiste. Smotis had stepped out. The release.
And a timeout quickly called by Itor Messina and his defending champion CSKA, with a couple of turnovers here in the first few possessions. And when you're playing on the road in a final like this against a team as good as Panathinaikos, well, you don't want to let this get out ahead of you any further than this.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Mark. Every possession is a key, and Messina knows that. He's called the timeout. He wants to discuss it.
Panathinaikos, the most storied club in Greek basketball history. From Athens, of course, the basketball team was founded back in 1922. They have been the dominant force in the history of their Greek National League. And, of course, on the continent, acquitting themselves quite nicely, thank you, with 8 Final Four appearances, including 3 Euroleague titles, 96, 2000, and 2002. The CSKA club, founded back in 1911, basketball beginning in 1923. Again, the dominant force in the Russian National League as well. The only official Euroleague title from 2006, but they did win a few European championships before it was known as Euroleague. That dating back to the 60s and early 70s, 61, 63, 68, and 71. So 2 storied teams in Europe battling it out for the 2007 Euroleague championship. And the Greens of Panathinaikos with the ball and a 3-point lead early over CSKA. Torres in a passing lane comes up with a steal.
Yeah, good hands, good deflection and anticipation by Torres.
Down low, Smotis had good position, somehow maintained control of the ball, but missed inside. Batiste, another rebound. Dikoutis into the lane against the big fellas, but lost it. Another steal from Torres.
And both teams, the defense is collapsing when the big man gets the ball down low, and as a result, we're getting turnovers by both teams.
Torres inside, can't hit. Batiste, his 3rd rebound of the game.
And every shot is being contested.
Basirovic driving in and running over Smotis. A couple of guys he ran over, Smotis and Torres, and it'll be an offensive foul on Sani Basirovic, his 2nd.
Yeah, a little bit out of control. Should come to that 2-foot stop. But right away, we're going to have a substitution. He's got two fouls already.
And CSKA going to the bench maybe a little earlier than they normally do. Theo Papaloukas, who, as great as he is, comes off the bench tactically and for a lot of reasons, plays most of the game. Normally, we'll wait for the first several minutes before we see him. Now, well, Itor Messina thinks that he needs him now. So Papaloukas in now and promptly turns it over.
CSKA having trouble here with the turnovers early on.
Diamantidis, big guard with the long arms, kicks it out to Siskauskas.
And this guy can really shoot the ball from the outside. We see him going to the hoop this time, drawing the foul.
David Anderson just in off the CSKA bench, who also gets the early call up front. Anderson, there he is there. He's wearing number 13 in white, the Australian national team star, who has been such an important part in the elimination game in the quarterfinals and then in the semifinals.
Well, this is a guy that last year was hurt, did not get an opportunity to play in the Final Four, but really came up big in the semifinal game against OAKA. Came off the bench, 12 points on 6 for 9 shooting and 9 rebounds. A 7-footer who can really step out and spread the defense, and an outstanding 3-point shooter.
Siskauskas gets it from the line. Now quickly up Papaloukas, guarded by Siskauskas. So interesting, we don't see the Diamantidis matchup there, at least on this end. Seven on the shot clock. Papaloukas into the lane, sets up Torres. Open look from the corner, hits a 3.
And just absolutely a typical play. Papaloukas to Torres on the baseline. Papaloukas getting an assist right away, making an impact, coming off the bench.
Nikos Hatziveredis is in handling the ball to replace Basirovic, who picked up his 2nd foul here in the opening moments. Hatziveredis has started plenty of games, missing on that pull-up. David Anderson comes down with a rebound.
Both teams really setting up their offense, trying to get the good execution.
And a traveling violation down low. Anderson walked.
Anderson was so wide open, I didn't think he realized how open he was, and in anticipation of catching the ball and getting to that hoop, he picks up a pivot foot. Right now, there's one. They moved it a little bit.
One of the few mistakes that have been made by David Anderson. Diamantidis Spinning baseline. Kicks out. Hatzivaradis an open look and buries a three.
Both these teams have great outside shooters. Hatzivaradis spots up at Dimitridis, much like Papaloukas, able to get into the lane, get in and draw the defense, and then the kick.
Nobody's missed a three yet, but taken somewhat judiciously. Three of them in 4 minutes. And now a foul inside. CSKA picks up the personal. Crowd doesn't like it.
There's a hold right there. Easy call for the official to make.
CSKA found himself on a 7-footer.
And Obramovich really does not like that call.
Here's Trajan Langdon, is yet to take a shot here with 6 minutes gone. Getting into the lane, back out Papaloukas. Panathinaikos defense has been disruptive of CSKA.
Well, the defense is really talking.
What a drive and feed! Papaloukas to Vanden Spiegel.
Oh, very, very outstanding play by Papaloukas. Getting into the lane really is difficult to contain and makes the great interior pass.
Foul in the post up there. Dimitridis battling with Langdon. Trajan Langdon. For CSKA picks up his first personal.
Yeah, Dimitridis got a little bit of height advantage. Of course, he's got the long arms, and he's trying to post up Langdon, trying to take advantage of his size.
Franciscos Albertis is quickly up off the Panathinaikos bench, and you're hearing the rising crowd level when he enters. The 17-year Panathinaikos veteran. There he is there.
And he made a great contribution in the semifinals. Came in and got 5 quick points.
Vanden Spiegel rips the miss. CSKA in position to tie it with a 3. Papaloukas thinks better of it.
And now you see Dimitridis guarding Papaloukas. It's a great matchup.
Anderson's size advantage on CSKA. His classic turnaround won't fall.
And who's there to rebound but Dimitridis?
Dimitridis left alone for 3. He hits! 14-8. Panathinaikos.
Panathinaikos off to an outstanding start here in the first quarter.
This is Oscar Torres. Quickness advantage on Albertis, but he gives up the ball. Papaloukas posting up, spinning. And they got him for a walk on the baseline. His second turnover of the game.
And CSKA now is continuing to turn the basketball over. We're going to take another look at it right here. Warren shuffles his feet a little bit there.
Tiny shuffle, and Lija Belosevic making the call right on top of it on the baseline. Matias Smotis with 8 and 8 in the semifinal. Back into the lineup for CSKA. Smotis, a second-team All-Euroleague selection, just announced yesterday. Dimitridis bringing up for Panathinaikos, a first-teamer and all-defensive team selection. All-defensive player of the year, in fact, for the 3rd straight season. Here's Batiste. Good matchup against Anderson. Finds the cutting Dimitridis for the lay-in.
Yeah, Dimitridis really working well without the basketball. Came off a pick, lost Papaloukas, and a great interior pass there by Batiste.
16-8, largest lead of the game. 2:20 to play in the first quarter. Papaloukas and a reach-in foul. Franciscos Albertis, the guilty party.
Yeah, Albertis reaching in. He was in good shape there. Unfortunately, he reached in. Got Papaloukas on the wrist.
Kostas Tsatsaris getting into the lineup for the first time. There he is. Has been battling a little nagging injuries, but has played here in the Final Four. Albertis, meanwhile, back to the bench.
Yeah, both teams really using their bench. Both are very deep. A lot of players that can play, so they're going to the bench early.
Smotis inside, fouled by Tsatsaris. Got over a little late, committed the personal.
Yeah, slow on the rotation, but give Smotis credit. He really sealed off the defender. A nice lob pass in there. He's got lots of room. He seals them off and then goes up strong. Matias
Smotis going to the free throw line. The 14-year professional from Slovenia. His second season with CSKA after 12 seasons in Italy. And Smotis, of course, a big part of that Euroleague title.
Really a
year ago.
Yeah, really a solid player. Shoots the ball very well, averages 13 points a game, 3.6 rebounds. Just makes a valuable contribution to this really solid and well-balanced CSKA team.
CSKA down 6 at the moment, coming up on 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Diamantidis inside out for Siskauskas. Diamantidis already has 1 3. Torres knows it. He's up on him. Diamantidis lost the dribble and traveled.
And the referees are calling the travel very, very close tonight. First we saw Papaloukas with the travel. Now we say Diamantidis with the travel.
Panathinaikos Vice President Thanasis Yanakakis. 5 turnovers each in the first quarter. Those are huge numbers.
They are huge numbers because these teams, both of them, take very good care of the basketball.
Smotis fouled out front. Sartsaris was there along with Hatzivretis.
But it's with the turnovers, it's a good indication of how good the defense is.
Kostas Sartsaris picks up his second.
And he'll have to take a rest. And Albertus comes back in.
Little rotation between the two of those. Neither one started tonight, but they have been in and out for one another now twice. Meanwhile, it is Smotis back at the line. Made all 3 of his attempts from the line tonight. And he's got another one. 4-point game. Diamantidis matched up with Papaloukas guarding him. Now Siskauskas holding out top. Looking all the way across. Albertus, a 3-point threat, goes to Batiste on the baseline against Langdon. Big mismatch. Batiste knows it. Goes for the turnaround and hits.
Yeah, they created a mismatch and they took advantage of it. Batiste just backing him in, using his size. And that's the first basket for Batiste early on here.
1 minute to play in the first quarter. Langdon open, fakes the 3, steps in and hits the jumper.
Now that's the first time that Langdon's been able to get free for the jumper. Panathinaikos has done a great defensive job on him thus far.
Diamantidis wants to reset for the Greens, up by 4. They've hit 7 of their 9 shots to start this game, but still only up 4. Albertus down for Batiste. Wants the jumper over Anderson. Rebound Langdon. 25 seconds to play in the first quarter. CSKA's not started well, but still right in this one. Papaloukas the drive and the foul. The EuroLeague MVP has a chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, we see why here. He does a great crossover, goes hard to the basket, gets the bump, throws it up off the glass with the right hand. Hatzivretis gets the foul.
Well, you've said it many times. He plays biggest in the most important situations, and he's got the 3-point play. Theo Papaloukas. Dejan Tomasevic is into the lineup, wearing number 15 in green for Panathinaikos. More depth and experience up front for the Greens. He screens for Siskauskas. Oh, Siskauskas has to fire over the 7-footer. Not even close as the buzzer sounds to end the first quarter. Very difficult shot for Siskauskas as Anderson closed out on him very nicely. The Panathinaikos bench feels there was a foul there on the 3-point attempt, but none coming. So 1 quarter in the books. The EuroLeague final. Panathinaikos with the 1-point lead over CSKA. battle of Greece versus Russia, but at the point guard position of do-it-all point guards, it is Greece versus Greece. Papaloukas, of course, also hailing from Greece. And a foul away from the ball. And, you know, Holden picks up his first.
Yeah, Greece, Greece has really become a real basketball hotbed. Of course, the Greek team won the World Championships in Japan last year. Panathinaikos, of course, is in the finals here. And Papaloukas, of course, one of the great players, one of the great global players for the game of basketball.
Foul on the drive-in. It'll go against CSKA. Still waiting on who?
There we see Diamantis going strong to the left hand.
Looked like it should be Safrasenko on the foul.
Yeah.
Torres is going to pick it up.
And they're going to give it to Torres. But I agree. I think it was Safrasenko who had the contact.
If you're just joining us from Athens, Greece, this is the Euroleague championship game. Mark Brown along with Hall of Famer Gail Goodrich. The atmosphere outstanding as Panathinaikos getting to play for the title in their own building. And they get the defending champions a chance to knock off CSKA. This is Demetrios Diamantidis at the line, the lefty point guard who can do everything.
Yeah, he really is a complete player. He's got
he will go to the
9 points
bench
now. Yep.
Replaced by Milos Vujanic, who had a nice game off the bench in the semifinal with those 8 points. Panathinaikos leading. 3.5 gone in the second quarter, and a 3-point lead for the Greens. Neither team has missed a free throw. Papaloukas operating in a post-up and hits the turnaround.
Yeah, he really isolated and took advantage of his size. 6'7" over the 6'3" Vujicic.
Siskauskas operating on top, going on Safrasenko, sets up a wide open look for the 3-ball. Vujanic comes in off the bench and buries a 3. Good shooting numbers in the second quarter. Three on the shot clock. Papaloukas trying to use it all in an unfortunate foul for Panathinaikos as Dikoudas fouled Safrasenko with 1 on the shot clock. That last 3, by the way, Hatzivretis, not Vujanic, as I originally said.
Here we see Papaloukas, and at the last minute looks down at Safrasenko, who's got great position, pulled away, but an easy foul to call by the official. Obramovich not happy.
Here's Mike Batiste back into the lineup for Panathinaikos. 6'8" power forward. Emphasis on power.
He's really carved a niche here.
Over by Smotis. Hatzivretis doesn't have numbers, forces the issue and draws the foul. Trajan Langdon will be whistled, his second.
Hatzivretis with the steal and then trying to take it all the way. The last minute moves over. Good call by the official. Langdon does not have his feet set. We're going to take another look at it. He avoids the charge. Hatzivretis throws it up, gets the call, and will go to the line.
And Nikos Hatzivretis, who has started about half the games this year, has been coming off the bench here in the Final Four. Kasirovic getting most of the starts. Down the stretch, Ettore Messina and his brain trust. They know what it takes to win a Euroleague championship. They're the defending champs, but they knew this would be an uphill battle in the building of their opponent.
Well, Panathinaikos, they really played very, very well at home. Only lost 1 ball game this year, I believe, at home.
That's right.
They have really tough
Safrasenko with great position down low.
Really deliberate, taking advantage of his 7'1" size and just back the defender down and then turn over the left shoulder with the right hand off the glass.
CSKA trying to post up on Holden, and a foul on J.R. Holden. Holden was Holden.
And we see CSKA taking advantage and going down, going right at the defense. Both teams going to the mismatches down low on the block. CSKA is a really tough cover for J.R. Holden.
Gets the first free throw. 5 points in the game so far for CSKA. 3 assists as well. So he has done a fine job on the offensive end this evening in the biggest game of the year. Anton Pankrashov, who didn't play at all in the semifinal, is in here early. The young future star for CSKA.
He's only 20 years old, 6'7", has played very limited minutes, but is a very talented offensive player. Papaloukas setting up the screen and roll.
Looking for Safrasenko, delivers it right on target. The 7-footer slams it home.
And once again, we see Papaloukas with the delivery, taking advantage of his 6'7" size where he can see the entire court and delivers the assist.
Assist number 4 for Theo Papaloukas. Vujanic working against the 7-footer. It's a 3. A 7-point Panathinaikos lead.
Vujovic created the mismatch, took advantage of the 7-footer outside.
Oscar Torres misses the 3. Dikudis the rebound.
And Panathinaikos up 7, looking to improve that.
And there's a hard foul. Safrasenko took down Vujanic, and Obradovic wants an intentional foul here. Yes, of course he does. So does Pavlos Giannakopoulos, the team president. Not that the crowd needed anything to seize onto, but a hard foul by the opponent is something that gets their attention.
And they're rocking here in Athens. There's the hard foul, the takedown.
Yeah, Vujanic is going to feel that. 6'3" Vujanic going up against the 7'1" Safrasenko, who got his money's worth. 38-31. Panathinaikos with the advantage over CSKA Moscow. You know, CSKA had a fantastic season following up their championship run of a year ago. While we have a moment, a reminder, the UEFA Cup coming your way here on ESPN. Espanyol versus Sevilla. Check the time in your area of the world. The best soccer action coming your way on Wednesday, May 16th or 17th, depending on your area of the world, from Glasgow, Scotland. You won't want to miss this one. Well, some of the sights and sounds from the opening first half action of the Euroleague championship game.
Panathinaikos has been, Mark, very successful at taking away the CSKA 3. Trajan Langdon, for instance, does not have a 3-point attempt. They've only had 3 in the game, the team. So they've been very successful at taking away that 3-point shot.
Only 2 shot attempts at all, Gale. And as you said, they were both inside the arc. And that, well, if you can keep him from shooting threes, that's got to be a positive development. Meanwhile, Vujanic hitting both free throws for a 9-point advantage, largest of the game.
And Panathinaikos doing just an outstanding job defensively on CSKA.
CSKA's only lead was 3-2 in the opening moments. 4 on the shot clock. Torres to the basket and fouled by Dekutis.
Torres recognizing the fact that he has a bigger man, a little bit slower on him guarding him, so takes advantage of his quickness and drives down the middle, goes up strong, go to the foul line. Good hard foul by Dekutis.
Yep. Makes a good attempt near the ball and makes sure that ball never sees the rim.
Both teams have a philosophy: no layups. If you're going to score, you get an advantage on me. Go into the hoop. We're going to put you to the foul line. That's the mentality.
Torres hitting that second free throw. Still an 8-point Panathinaikos advantage. Vujanic making the drive again. He has found on that left wing a couple of opportunities to drive on big men and has done so to draw a foul.
He is showing surprisingly good quickness going against the bigs to the hoop. That's the second time now that he's been able to draw a foul against the bigs from CSKA.
Just moments ago it was Safrasenko. He paid a price for it. One foul on Safrasenko and one also now on Schmotis. So no big foul trouble up front for CSKA. There's Vujanic, and you see what he did in the 2004 final. He's got both free throws for a 10-point lead.
Trying to press Papaloukas out there at the point. Schmotis working very hard in on the post. Wants the ball.
And he's got against Tomasevic.
And he's got an isolation there.
Drawing a crowd, and they're going to get him for a walk.
Boy, the officials are really calling that walk very closely tonight. We're going to see him backing in, back in. There's the pivot foot. I don't know that he changed his pivot foot there. Tough call. Schmotis, of course, doesn't like it, and I can understand his feelings.
Working against Dekutis. Dekutis bodying up well with the 2 fouls. Basirovic misses inside. Anderson the rebound. Open look. Torres would love to have that one back. Dekutis rips the defensive board. Vujanic on the penetration. Takes it all the way. Batiste tried to hammer it down, but committed the foul.
Vujanic going to the hoop strong. Really has been a big lift coming off the bench here for Panathinaikos. He goes very strong between 2 players, lays it up off the glass a little bit too hard, and they get Batiste on the follow.
Going over the back. Coming up on 2 minutes to play in the first half. 10-point deficit facing CSKA. Holden draws a crowd. Anderson. Pull-up jumper in the lane and hits.
Anderson's got that shot all day long. Got to be aggressive offensively. He's a big force. That's his first 2 points of the evening.
He's got 3 rebounds to go along with it, and he has CSKA back within a single-digit deficit as we come to another timeout in the second quarter. Leading scorer in the game, Dimitrios Diamantidis for Panathinaikos with 9 points. Also a couple of rebounds and a couple of assists. Theo Papaloukas, you saw him on the bench there. 4 assists to go along with 7 points. He's made all 3 of his shots from the field. The stakes couldn't be higher for these European club teams. The title of best on the continent at stake today in Athens. And the crowd in Athens here to make sure their home team of Panathinaikos comes away with their 4th title.
And if you look at the stats there, Panathinaikos 69% on 2s, really having an advantage. They're getting some good shots inside and are knocking down the shots. Vujanic really has been outstanding. Steps outside, hits the 3. See Torres there going to the hoop.
Great intensity in the first half here, as expected. And we'll see which team is able to rise to the level of champion. Here, a look at the rebounding action. Pretty even. So is the passing game at this point. And it is Panathinaikos ball with 1:50 to play in the first half in the 8-point advantage. Setting up Batiste for the hammer down.
Great pick and roll. The lob. That play was set up from the out of bounds. From the time coming out of the timeout. Great execution.
Back to a 10-point advantage.
Papaloukas wanting to run the pick and roll.
CSKA guards getting the better of the scoring, but the Panathinaikos bigs doing their job. 3-second violation. CSKA turns it over.
And that's turnover number 8 for CSKA. Great pass. Batiste taking it all the way. No weak side help. Smotis got caught out of position. We take another look there. Just no help from the weak side. And like I said, Smotis was out of position.
Ziskowskis the drive. It's a 12-point Panathinaikos advantage.
Yes, Ziskowskis taking advantage of his quickness and size over the Anderson, the 7-footer outside.
Papaloukas.
And CSKA is having trouble getting good high percentage shots, trying to establish Smotis.
Smotis fouled and then takes a swipe at a Panathinaikos player. Juan Michiana, the official, trying to cool him down a little bit.
You be careful, he's going to get a technical. Here we see the hold. It is getting very physical in there. He got fouled, but I don't know what he's complaining about.
Yeah, got fouled, got the whistle.
Yep.
That's all you need. Oh, there it is. Diamantidis.
Yep.
With the elbow to the side of the head. He did pick up the technical. Hey, you got to give the officials credit for seeing that.
Absolutely.
To look at it 3 times before we saw that angle. Well, actually, they've called the double technical there, so they got Smotis for retaliating as well. But there's no reason for this from Diamantidis.
No, there isn't. I mean, we get another look at this here.
So, double technical, no shots for that. The original foul puts Smotis at the line for 2.
You do have to give the officials credit. It took us 3 times here to take a look at this on the replay.
Smotis.
He's played the Euroleague finals for 3 different teams, including...
That's saying something.
Yeah, including Messina when he were at Kinder, I believe.
Panathinaikos has made all 10 of their free throws. CSKA has taken only 4. 36 seconds to play. A 10-point game. Batiste against Smotis, backing him down.
Good defense by Smotis.
Foul.
Yeah, good defense by Smotis. Held his ground. Batiste just kept pushing back and pushing back. Game is starting to get a little bit more physical now here as we close out on the second quarter. Both teams with a lot of turnovers. Very uncharacteristic. But the defense has been tough.
Shot clock and game clock about 2 seconds off. Papaloukas. Holden will fire a 3. Actually, the shot clock went off. Batiste thought it was the buzzer to end the half and just walked off, and he's been called for a travel. And still time left for CSKA.
And that could be very costly. The mental error there by Michael Batiste.
Obradovic arguing his case, but
Obradovic is in this ball game. He really is. He's out there. He's trying to influence the officials, but very definitely he walked, and it did not.
So it appears to be the right call. It is what happened. the horn went off while the shot was on the way, so kind of inadvertent, but it happens from time to time. And then Batiste thought it was the end of the quarter, but there was still fractions left. So .2 is what's on the clock. Time for a little lob and a
catch and shoot.
Tap.
Yep.
And instead, Diamantidis is able to just knock it away. So no harm done after a little mishap at the end of the first half. And for Panathinaikos, they could not ask for a better start, trying to dethrone Euroleague champion CSKA. And in front of their home crowd, they will take a 10-point advantage into the locker room. 20 minutes away from their 4th all-time Euroleague championship. Mike Batiste having another great game in the Final Four, trying to lift Panathinaikos to victory. We'll have the halftime report when we come back. This is the Euroleague title on ESPN. I'll take a look at some of the statistics from the first half. Some outstanding shooting from inside the arc for Panathinaikos, just part of the story that has them up by 10 over CSKA in the Euroleague championship game. Quite a few turnovers for each team, but they did settle that down just a little bit at the end of the second quarter. Let's go back to the third place game, Tau versus OAKA, and some fast and furious action early. Pepe Sanchez finding Erie Welsh as OAKA played tough. Sanchez a great day distributing the ball, and a great shooting day for Rakocevic for Tau, and end-to-end action for Tau at the end of the first quarter. Into that second quarter, Vasiliadis had a three-pointer. Finish scoring in a big scoring game for him. Let's move on to the third quarter. Well, first we're going to show a Vidal, a Rakocevic jumper. He had a big game scoring after a bad semifinal. Great steal here for Sergi Vidal, and it looked like Tau might start running away with things in the third quarter. That's not what happened at all. No, not at all. OAKA came right back in the fourth quarter. We're down 10, I believe, at one point. Came back to get the game close, and of course won the game at the end. There's Splitter scoring inside, but we're going to pick it up late in the game at 69 all. Marcus Brown with a shot clock running down. This would be a prelude of things to come. He hit a three there, but Prigioni answered right back. Yeah, he really did. It was going right down to the wire. Back-to-back threes. Prigioni doesn't shoot often, but when he does, he makes them. 72 all. That was the score when OAKA had a miss here on the drive. Petrus tipped it in for a 2-point lead. Then Prigioni breaking it down. He broke it down, went all the way, layup. And then Marcus Brown comes right back. That was the final seconds. They spread the floor, and Marcus Brown took it all the way in for what turned out to be the game-winning score. A tip off the rim attempt by Luis Scola, and it was not enough. He couldn't quite get enough of it. The ball fell through, and OAKA pulled out the victory, 76-74 in the consolation game. Marco Tusek, a great performance off the bench, shooting the three-pointers, and OAKA beats their rival Tau for third place. Come back with us, the EuroLeague Championship game Final Four. Halftime report. Halftime of the EuroLeague Championship game. Panathinaikos with a 10-point advantage over the defending champion CSKA team from Moscow. Mark Brown along with Gail Goodrich. Great atmosphere in Olympic Sports Stadium in Athens, as they've been waiting all year long for their team to get here, and here they are. Let's go back to the first quarter. The three-pointer from the corner from Oscar Torres got CSKA back within a couple. And Nikos Hatzibretis hit a three from the corner, but Papaloukas for CSKA got it close at the end of the quarter, playing big as he always does. Yeah, he really does. Here we see him driving to the hoop, really the contact, and gets the foul for the three-point play, and then the great delivery to Smotis underneath. Now Panathinaikos, how would their front line fare against the giant CSKA line? Pretty well, thank you. Tomasevic off the bench for the nice dunk and a three-point advantage. Then Mike Batiste. Well, first of all, Vujanic hitting a three from on top. And then the setup for Vasiljevic to Batiste.
Oh, great execution there on the pick and roll. And Vuček really has come off the bench and helped a great deal with 7 points.
That he has. As we look at some of the rest of the numbers, great percentages for Panathinaikos from inside the arc.
Yeah, it really has been, and that's really been the difference of the game, has been the shooting. 11 for 7 on 2s and 4 for 7 on 3s. Notice that CSKA only has 2 3-point makes, and in that, Trajan Langdon does not have a three-point attempt, and in fact has only taken 2 shots on the game and has got 2 points. And this is a guy that was first team all Euro, and in big games like this stars have got to step up. They got to look to get him off early here in the third quarter.
We'll see if they're able to free him up. His teammate Matias Smotis with 10 points to lead the way for CSKA. Nobody in doubles yet for Panathinaikos, but their lead is a double digit, heading for the start of the third quarter. 20 minutes to decide the Euroleague champion. Come back with us on ESPN. Almost ready for the start of the third quarter from Athens, Greece. This is the Euroleague championship game. Panathinaikos are writing the script to get themselves here in their home arena to play for the championship. And one of their big guys has been Mike Batiste, and we heard from him at halftime.
Oh, but you know, we're working hard on defense, and offensively we're playing in a high rhythm, something we didn't do on Friday. But we know this 10-point lead is nothing to CSKA. You know, they're defending champions for a reason. And you can't be a champion without fighting. So no matter how many points we up, we know we're still in the dogfight. So we're going to try and come out this third quarter and play extra, extra hard.
That's what Obradovic said in the locker room?
Of course. And we also changed up some other strategies on defense and offense. So, like I said, I hope the second half we play the same way. And hopefully, in the end, we'll be winning.
Thank you very much.
All right, Mike Batiste, it's great to hear that. He knows that 10 points is nothing when you're playing in a game like this against a team like CSKA.
Well, it really isn't. I mean, CSKA's got a lot of depth. They got a lot of experience, and they're going to, no question about it, come out and play hard in this game. And we saw there the pick and roll points. Panathinaikos, of course, has an advantage there, but Panathinaikos is shooting just extraordinary. They're shooting 11 for 15 on 2s, but they also have went to the foul line 12 times and have not missed. So, and that's really been the difference, I think, in this ball game.
Jordi Bertomeu, the Euroleague CEO, enjoying this showcase event, and so are all the fans in Olympic Sports Center in Athens. They're hoping for a happy ending. All the fans clad in green trying to cheer Panathinaikos to their 4th all-time Euroleague championship. They've got a 10-point lead to start the third, and it is CSKA with the ball. Trajan Langdon dropping it for Smotis. Right back out for Langdon. Still hasn't taken a 3. 7 on the shot clock. Langdon lost the ball.
Boy, good switch out that time by Dakudis. And Langdon a little bit frustrated right now, has not been able to get his shot. Panathinaikos has closed out on him real quick, and that was the big guy Dakudis that time.
10th turnover of the game for CSKA. Batiste screens for Vasiljevic. Vasiljevic straight down the lane and runs over Smotis. Offensive foul, Vasiljevic. It is his 3rd.
A little out of control. That's the 2nd time now he's gone into the lane and just gone right into the defense. Should have pulled up there and then dished it out.
And we will see Vujovic coming in quickly, more quickly than thought of, but he had a great first half.
Boy, he really was a factor in that first half. Coming off the bench, got 7 points, and just played an outstanding game. Did a nice job, I thought, also on Papaloukas. But right now we got Diamantidis on Papaloukas.
Oscar Torres.
They are switching everything.
Smotis battling it inside, wants it. Papaloukas delivers. 8 on the shot clock. Smotis in that battle with Dakudis. Goes glass, follows it up, and will draw the foul.
Great effort that time by Smotis. Just backing in the defensive player. Goes up, stays with it, misses a shot, but stays right with it. It's all effort.
And Dakudis hearing about it from the bench. Zelimir Obradovic also is sharing it with those that might go into the game that are on the bench. Here is Smotis at the line.
He's been very effective. Got 10 points thus far in this ball game.
Now 7 of 7 from the free throw line, so he's been effective drawing fouls. He's drawn 6 fouls against opponents tonight. Both free throws give him a dozen for the game.
He works very, very hard in there.
Basirovic coming in, back in with the 3 fouls. That's a quick.
Got a little
on the bench.
Yeah, got a little instruction, and this is the finals. Got to play.
Siskauskas was calling for it on the skip pass. Couldn't get the roll on the 3.
Yeah, but a good look.
Papaloukas walks it up. Brandon Spiegel in and early in the third, finds a cutting Torres and tied up by Vujanic, but the foul will be called on Milos Vujanic.
Vujanic trailing the play, had the reach in. Here he comes off the screen, trailing the play, reaches in, gets the ball. I don't know that I like that call.
A lot of ball there.
Yes.
Torres hits the first free throw.
Torres, what a great pickup for CSKA late in the season.
Absolutely. Can score, defend, great athlete, and he has been a key player for them. He's got CSKA back within 6. Siskauskas breaking it down from on top, draws a foul on Smotis. That's a tough matchup for him in space against Siskauskas.
Yeah, Siskauskas really taking Smotis outside. Nice drive to the basket, taking advantage of his quickness. Here he is right now. There's the foul right there. Good look.
Siskauskas at the line, can't get the roll. Siskauskas, for such a great shooter, only really an average free throw shooter, 70% in a Euroleague action.
He leads Europe, all of Europe, with 51% from threes. You're absolutely right. For some reason, he does not knock down free throws.
1 of 2 there for a 7-point Panathinaikos lead. Both teams have been brilliant from the line, 12 of 13 apiece. Oscar Torres trying to make something happen from on top. He's got Batiste on him. Quickness mismatch there. And Torres takes him to the basket. Foul before the shot. Mike Batiste picks up the personal. Now, we had him for a foul earlier, but in fact, this will be his first.
And we see Panathinaikos switching defensively on everything. Taking away the outside shot, forcing CSKA players to drive to the basket. Now, they've been very successful here early in the third quarter at picking up fouls. But, for instance, here's Langdon. Langdon struck.
First 3-point attempt for him in the game, and he buries it.
Yep.
It cuts the lead to 4.
And CSKA has got to get him on started and get him on track, because he is such a great shooter, but he has not been able to get too many shots today.
High post for Batiste. Has some room. Let's fire. Oscar Torres the rebound. 2.5 minutes gone in the third. It's a 4-point game. A 9-1 run for CSKA, and make it 11-1 run. Papaloukas, the reverse lay-in to cut the lead to 2.
And we start to see a little excitement, a little bit of energy on behalf of CSKA. They're back in this ball game.
Panathinaikos using a timeout here. They've had a couple of 10-point leads in this game. It's been shaved very quickly in the third, down to just 2. Theo Papaloukas, just an impossible guard. That's the last hoop to cut it to 2. At 6'7", he can just do it all. Matas Smotis doesn't take much to fire him up. Smotis has put in a workman-like performance. His 12 points is a game high on either side, 8 for 8 from the line. He does have 3 fouls against him, so that's going to be a situation that merits watching.
Well, he's such a big part of CSKA's offense. He has to stay in the ball game. We saw that he fouled out in the semifinal game, but he has got to stay on the floor for CSKA. CSKA, their offense today has really been Smotis and then Papaloukas. They have carried CSKA on the offensive end today, where Panathinaikos has gotten a lot more balance, a lot more contribution from 5 or 6 players. CSKA, it's been all Smotis and all Papaloukas.
Diamantidis sets up Batiste. He can't get it down. Batiste still on the floor, and Papaloukas the other way, slicing his way through the defense and ties it for the defending champ.
And one of the few times that we've seen CSKA being able to get out in transition on the break, and Papaloukas leading the way on a 3-on-2 break, takes it all the way and goes to the hoop. We got ourselves a ball game.
13-1 run has tied the game for CSKA, and fouled shooting a 3. Vujanic will get 3 free throws.
A mental error here by CSKA. We're going to see the picture fast break, 3-on-2. No one stops the ball. Papaloukas at 6'7", goes right to the hoop, splits the defense.
Trajan Langdon hoping that he's found the range just moments ago. Takes his first 3-point attempt of the game. A tough one that he hit. We'll see if the lid comes off for him. For now, he'll come out of the ball game. And some more discussions between Smotis and the officiating staff. He's not shy. Vujanic hits the first. Remember, fouled shooting a 3. He's got 3 free throws. Vujanic did not start a game this season. Plays about 14 minutes per in Euroleague action. Averages 5 points a game. But in the Final Four, he has been much more productive as he gets all 3.
Well, he sure has. He's now got, what, 10 points?
Yes.
Coming off the bench. And, you know, he brings a lot of experience. He's been to the Final Four before. And he's just made a great contribution today.
Makes it a 3-point advantage. 3.5 gone in the third. Papaloukas trying to grab hold of this game. Finds Torres. Back cut lay-in.
Boy, we see the size advantage that Papaloukas has. Takes the ball over his head at 6'7". He surveys the defense and hits the cutter for the 2.
Basirovic trying to break it down. Bandit Spiegel just sends it back. One of the top shot blockers on the continent, and still letting Basirovic know about it. Oh, he gives him a push.
And that'll rile up the crowd.
Well, just so unnecessary. The block, the taunt, we can live with that.
Right.
But the extra push, you're just hurting your team.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he didn't get a technical here.
I mean, how could you not tee him up for that?
Yeah, there's the great block. We'll take another look. A little contact. Referee lets it go, but a great block. Good timing.
And let's see what we have here. Luigi LaMonica speaking to Zelimir Obradovic. See it again.
Yeah, not too much there. There's the shove.
I mean, Basirovic was laughing it off like, okay, you got me, whatever. And to do it right in front of Juan Michiana, the official. Oh, there it was. Okay, a better look at it. It was Papaloukas who came in to say something, and then a shot to the groin from Basirovic. Oh, it's never the way it looks. How many looks did we have at that before we saw it? Oh, there's just a couple of really unacceptable things we've seen.
It is getting very physical out there now.
Now, did the officials even see that part?
I don't know, but both teams are really into this game. Big ball game.
So an unsportsmanlike foul on Basirovic. So Papaluka is taking the technicals that result from that unsportsmanlike technical foul when Basirovic hit him in a place we won't talk about, but was clearly evident from one of those replays. And there's the initial play, which was simply a block at one end. And this is truly
very costly because now CSKA has the ball again.
Yeah,
they've now got the lead.
Panathinaikos would have had the ball inbounding it. They lose that possession. They lose the 2 points. Well, now the turnover as Vanden Spiegel was falling out of bounds when the Papalukas pass hit him.
You know, in this game, it could go down to the wire. Every possession is so important. You do not want to give away those kinds of possessions. I mean, if you turn the ball over on a turnover, trying to do something, that's something else.
A 1-point CSKA lead. And a foul out front on the screen as Torres trying to fight his way past Tomasevic.
Torres trying to deny the ball to Siskauskas. Draws the foul. Here we see trying to fight through the pick. Take another look at it. A little movement. Tough call by the official. Both teams now beginning to complain about every call.
Well, we'll see if this is going to be a turning point. The technical on Basirovic for Panathinaikos. They trail for the first time since 3-2.
They got the matchup they want right now, though. Siskauskas with the ball.
Wants a step back. Oh, contact with Vanden Spiegel. No whistle. Then the drive in from Dekutis, who is clearly fouled. But the crowd wanted the first one.
Right now, both teams are being very, very physical. And anytime anyone goes to the basket, they are just pounding on the dribbler. Each team has to recognize this, and you got to keep going to the foul line. The officials will call it, and you go to the foul line because there are no layups in this game. Not anymore.
Demos Dekutis. Another free throw coming.
Yeah, very productive player. Averages about 8 points a game in only 14 minutes. Good shooter. Just a good, solid player. Good, solid reserve. And it's got extended minutes tonight.
Got them both to regain the lead for Panathinaikos. Anderson. Panathinaikos has not made a basket in the 5 minutes of this third quarter. And a foul out in the lane. Siskauskas was called for the grab.
And that's his third. Yep.
Well, it took a little hand to the face there. He probably doesn't like that, but he will pick up the foul. They're getting him now officially for his second. And the free throws are starting to mount for each team.
Both teams shooting very well from the foul line. CSKA 15 for 17, and Panathinaikos 18 for 19.
Panathinaikos has missed all 4 of its three-pointers this quarter. CSKA quite the reverse. 4 for 5 from beyond the arc. Tomasevic going against the 7-foot Vanden Spiegel. Spiegel gets a piece of it. And CSKA holds. Papaloukas is going to back it out. And now go up the hesitation. Can't hit in the lane.
Good screen out that time by Panathinaikos.
Diamantidis off the screen. Haven't heard much from him lately. Dakuta's trying to break down Anderson. Scoops it up. Won't go. Last touch, they say, by CSKA. They can't believe it. They were already walking up the floor, assuming it was their ball. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Siskauskas to inbound. And inside, a travel. Vujanic thought he had the seam, but took too many steps. Boy, this game has taken a major turn. It was a game really controlled by Panathinaikos for the entire first half, and CSKA has grabbed control of it in the third quarter. 2 7-footers on the floor for CSKA. Savrasenko back in along with Anderson. He screens. No Savrasenko for Holden. And in the passing lane, broken up by Siskauskas. Then the foul from Papaloukas.
Good foul by Papaloukas, however, though. That would have been a fast break opportunity for Panathinaikos. But Siskauskas, give him credit. Really stepping into the passing lane there, the anticipation. And Siskauskas, of course, will go to the line. This is a player that really picked up his play here the last couple of months. He was the MVP for Euro in January and also in April in the quarters.
1 of 2 on the trip for Siskauskas. And a 1-point Panathinaikos lead. There's Papaloukas wanting to clear out. Screen from Savrasenko. This is Anderson with 5 on the shot clock. Working on Dakuta's. They don't call the flop, and Anderson missed the turnaround.
Panathinaikos got a real break that time. With the flop, didn't get the call. Anderson had a good look.
Oscar Torres, for the second time this quarter, is called for a foul trying to run through a screen.
Torres playing very aggressive defense. That's his third.
And with a score 53-52, 3:21 to play in the third quarter. With the intensity and the contact ratcheting up by the moment. A timeout on the floor. Panathinaikos clinging to the 1-point advantage. CSKA has proven they were not going to let this one slip, even though they saw several double-digit deficits.
Well, give CSKA a lot of credit. Defensively, they picked up. They've really worked the ball, got some good high percentage shots. They're doing a great job on the boards. Panathinaikos is getting no second shots. They do not have one offensive rebound at this point. CSKA's controlling the boards. They've now picked up on their shooting a little bit. They're starting to make some shots. They really have gotten back into this game. They're controlling the tempo.
Look at the free throw shooting numbers. So far, you can't see anybody's losing it at the free throw line. That's for sure. Both teams shooting about the same percentage from inside the arc. And not a whole lot of three-pointers have been fired up between the two teams. 4 for 8 for Panathinaikos. 3 for 6 for CSKA.
Well, both teams, Mark, are just really picking up the offensive player and making sure that they do not shoot threes. They're making everybody drive to the basket, put the ball on the floor. Then they're helping with good team defense, helping from the weak side, trying to close the middle down. But there are no free looks from the outside.
Diamantidis had 7 points in the first half. We have not called his name very much here in the third quarter. He's a guy that usually has his hands involved in everything. Panathinaikos is going to maybe need more from him if they're going to pull out this victory. A 3-point lead coming up on 3 minutes to play in the third. Papaloukas
on the isolation.
And he gets it up and in over Siskauskas.
Boy, he really is tough, I'll tell you. Now we see the versatility of Papaloukas going down low in the post position. 6'7" guard, and we've seen him on the break. We've seen him driving and penetrating. He's just done everything tonight.
Tomasevic inside off a beautiful drive and feed.
Yeah, Diamantidis been able to penetrate into the lane. And that's where he is very effective, when he can get into that lane.
And the steal from Diamantidis. Quickly up ahead. Hatzivredis finds Siskauskas. By the way, that last hoop was the first basket of the quarter for Panathinaikos. Hatzivredis rips away the contested rebound. Crowd loving the effort from the Greens right now. We're seeing a substitution come up off the CSKA bench as Diamantidis buries a three. We called him out just moments ago. Here he is, a 6-point lead.
Yeah, just as we said, we haven't called his name. He steps up and knocks down the three, makes the pass, the play before for the 2 points.
So the field goal drought in the third quarter for Panathinaikos is over. 5 on the shot clock for CSKA. Again, it's a post up Papaloukas. To the corner, Torres. Good look at the three and fouled shooting the three. So Torres will get 3 shots from the line.
And another mental error that time by Hatzivredis of Panathinaikos, fouling the 3-point shooter. You should never foul the 3-point shooter. He now goes to the line for 3 shots. You bother him, you do not foul him under any circumstances.
They're getting Diamantidis on that foul, and he's pleading his case. It's the third on Diamantidis.
I stand corrected.
And Torres will have another free throw. 8 points of the game. Here's another look.
Here's another look. He gets the leg. Torres kicks the leg out, but you got to know that that's what he's going to do. You know, you scout these players. You know what their tendencies are. Diamantidis has seen Torres play a number of times. He's probably done that little trick in the past. You got to know that and be aware of it and anticipate.
Torres cannot hit the third free throw. And Panathinaikos will bring it up with the lead. Mark Brown along with Gail Goodrich. This is the Euroleague championship game from Athens, where Panathinaikos trying to win it on their home floor. A 5-point lead over CSKA, the defending champ. And a reach-in foul will be whistled against Thomas Vandenspiegel. Just his first on the Belgian shot blocker. Vujanic back into the game to play in the backcourt alongside Hatzivredis. A brief rest for Diamantidis, maybe to the end of the quarter.
And both teams, of course, are in the foul line, so every foul, you go to the line.
The veteran Tomasevic, 33 years old, gets both free throws for a 7-point advantage.
And that's foul shot number 25 for Panathinaikos, and we're still in the third quarter.
Zakar Pashutin, number 11 in white, is in for CSKA's first appearance of the game. David Anderson tried a three. Tip back won't go for Pashutin. And Panathinaikos holds with a minute left and a 7-point lead. Hatzivredis working behind the screen. And then a foul out front. Zakar Pashutin trying to fight through the screen. Whistled for his first. Well, for now, Panathinaikos has weathered a big storm that came from Moscow.
Here we see the screen here. Boy, not very much there. I don't see too much. There's been a lot more physicality going on in this ball game to warrant that foul.
Already with 45 combined free throws taken in this ball game. We have yet to reach the fourth quarter, and both teams shooting incredible percentages. 24 for 26 for Panathinaikos, an 80% number for CSKA at 16 for 20. Can they keep it up? Because we know they'll be on the line.
They're going to be on the line. Mark, you know, how many times have you heard the game is many times won at the foul line? And it appears that this is where this game is going to be won. That and at the defensive end, coming up with big plays or big stops at crucial time. We still got a quarter to go. And like you said, we've got 46 free throws already.
Papaloukas with Siskauskas on him. This is Pashutin. Trying to break down his man. Partially blocked by Tsartsaris, and a foul and a rebounding action.
And Pashutin has not played a whole lot this year. Coming in here in a crucial game at a crucial time. Where is Trajan Langdon? We have not heard too much from him today.
I said partially blocked. He hit the side of the backboard.
A little contact there, but not much. Not enough to warrant the foul.
And Vandenspiegel called for the foul in the rebounding action. Tony Delk coming in the second half. Didn't play till the second half in the semifinals either. Throughout much of the year was such a key scorer. Mostly off the bench for Panathinaikos, but his role dwindling here late.
Well, he's a combo type guard. Really more like two guard than a one guard. Averaged only 18 minutes a game, but played much more early on in the season. And of course, this is a guy who can fill it up. He once scored 50 points in an NBA game. He's a veteran, 32 years old. Played in the NBA for about 10 years. So he brings a lot of experience. Also played in a national championship game at the University of Kentucky. So he's been here in these types of pressure situations before.
Foul on the drive-in. David Anderson trying to create, going to the hole, and he'll go to the line with 8.5 seconds to play in the third.
Anderson also has been quiet in this ball game. Only 2 points. He, of course, made a major contribution in the semifinal game.
Tsartsaris with the reach-in foul, his third. Diamantidis now back on the floor before the end of the third quarter, trying to get Panathinaikos something here in the final seconds of the third. 14 points for the 3 consecutive time reigning defensive player of the year in Euroleague. Anderson hadn't been to the line in 3 Euroleague games. He just made a bunch of shots is what he did from the field.
Well, he's got to step up. Also, Langdon has got to step up. They've got to get a little bit more production. CSKA putting on a full court press now.
Final seconds, 3 seconds to go. Hatzivredis, the long pull-up, and it will fall away. 3 quarters are complete in Athens, and Panathinaikos has themselves in position, looking for their 4th all-time EuroLeague championship. They are 10 minutes away with an 8-point cushion. The start of the 4th when we come. They get an easy hoop with the shot clock running down off the inbound. Siskauskas has his 11th and 12th point. The lead is 7 under 6 to play. Papaloukas looked like a walk, but a foul in the basket.
Oh, mine. Panathinaikos is going to want to challenge this.
Do they have any challenges left?
Yeah, they've challenged everything else. How can they not complain about this? This is definitely a walk. 1, 2. There's another step. The third one. He did get bumped, but he also traveled.
Third foul on Franciscos Albertis, who has not contributed offensively the way he did in the semifinals, but is now to play crunch time minutes.
And CSKA, Theodoros Papaloukas stepping up in crunch time. He's controlling the game on the offensive end for CSKA. Here comes Michael Batiste back into the ball game. been quiet tonight. Only 6 points.
And Papaloukas continues to add to his totals. The three-point play cuts the lead down to 4. He has 21 points to lead all scorers.
And an additional 5 assists.
Defense out front. Oscar Torres.
It's going to be all, I think, for him.
That is his 5th. Stepping up the denial defense in Tormesina. You can see there saying, use your head, Oscar. You have 4. And now he'll have to sit for the rest of the game.
Coming into the game to replace number 17 is...
So the first man is fouled out.
There's the deny. The deny, really not very much at all. Well, there is a reach in there.
Ramunas Siskauskas. At the free throw line where these teams have been living in the second half.
Yeah, how big has Siskauskas been today? 13 points.
Anton Pankrasov is into the lineup on the far side, guarded by Siskauskas. In white, the youngster. Papaloukas tried to find Vandenspiegel, and
the pass was a little too hard.
And a little behind him, maybe.
A little bit behind him. Still, probably should have had it. But a tough pass to handle with the speed.
Papaloukas will guard Siskauskas. Fights over a screen and another. Siskauskas into traffic and draws the whistle. He was between 2 7-footers. Vandenspiegel and David Anderson.
Siskauskas being very aggressive on the offensive end. He's the guy out there. He knows he can score.
4th on Vandenspiegel.
So he's looking to score. Good hesitation move with the left hand. Draws the foul on Vandenspiegel. Now he's got 4, as you said. Siskauskas.
Who's going to be left?
You're going to have a deep bench.
Playing the defining moments of the Euroleague championship game. But we got a long way to go. Siskauskas gets the second.
It's a little over 5 minutes to go. It's getting down to crunch time.
Panathinaikos trying to hold off the defending champions and wrest the EuroLeague title away from CSKA.
Token man-to-man pressure by Panathinaikos. Trying to make CSKA use some clock.
Holden inside to Anderson. Back out Smotis just into the game and can't get the 3.
Great look that time by Smotis. Good inside-out play. They needed that one to go down.
A collective exhale from the Panathinaikos faithful. Now Mike Batiste after a long rest. Working on Smotis. Trying to back him down. Goes to the fadeaway and hits Mike Batiste. A huge hoop to stretch it out to 9.
Big play by Batiste. Taking it right to Smotis.
And Smotis fouled by Batiste on the drive-in. Just the second on Mike Batiste, so he in great shape as far as fouls are concerned with 4:25 to play.
We're going to take a look here at Papaloukas to Smotis. Now the little hesitation, a little hand check there. The officials are calling it close.
And Smotis, who has been embroiled in a couple of the sportsmanship issues that we've seen in this game for both sides. With 4 fouls.
A very tough competitor with Messina, one with Kinder. The Euro title back in 2001, I believe it was. Yes.
86% from the line for Panathinaikos, 83 for CSKA. Mike Batiste trying to break it down. Running a hook in the lane. He's got 10. The lead is 9.
Batiste is stepping up with the dribble. Penetration to the right in the lane.
J.R. Holden answers from the top of the key.
As we go back and forth. Go to the hot hand. Go to Batiste.
Inside they have Tomasevic. Count the basket plus the foul. He wants to hear it from the Panathinaikos faithful.
And he is hearing it. 3:44 to go, and they're starting to smell it. That sweet smell of victory in Athens for Panathinaikos.
Foul on David Anderson. A chance to complete a three-point play. You cannot say enough about the veteran Tomasevic and his big performance today.
Everybody is starting to step up big for Panathinaikos. Getting a lot of balance, a lot of contributions from everyone. 15 so far. Let's make it 16 for Tomasevic.
He is the leading scorer in the game. He's doing it off the bench. It should be no surprise to a lot of folks. He's done it for over a decade and a half on the European continent, but his ability to do it so productively today may be a surprise. Second foul after giving Panathinaikos the 10-point lead. Just over 3.5 to play.
And a good foul here on Vanderspiegel. Vanderspiegel had good position, but now he goes to the line. Only a 50% free throw shooter. So a very smart foul that time by Tomasevic. But as you said, he's got a lot of experience in Euroleague play. He's been here before.
Getting 2 points on the free throw. The only way you can do it if a failed attempt to take it off the rim, making it live and not a free throw anymore. That is interesting. So, an 8-point game. Quick pull-up for Panathinaikos. If you're just joining us, it's the Euroleague Championship. Mark Brown along with Gail Goodrich. Athens, Greece, the home of Panathinaikos in their home building. But they're going to have to hold on as Smodis hits a three from on top, and CSKA is back within 5.
Great look that time by Papaloukas with the penetration, the kick out, and Smodis from beyond the arc knocks it down. Smodis having a big night, 17 points. Here's the pass. We take another look. You got to close out on Smodis. He was very, very confident and liked that and loves the result.
Watch how Smodis starting to pile up the points himself now. Not time to break out that Greek staple of Retsina just yet. There's more ball to play. Now look at our scoring leaders. Tomasevic with 16 monstrous points off the bench for Panathinaikos, leading a 5-men and double-figure attack. It's not been quite as balanced for CSKA. Big games from Papaloukas and Smodis.
Who wants it? 3 minutes to go. Time to step up. Everything's on the line. The game is on the line. Who's going to step up at crunch time? Two great teams battling, coming down the wire.
Panathinaikos with the ball. Still a 5-point advantage as the clock ticks beneath the 3-minute mark. Both teams shooting well.
And Diamakoutis is back in there running the point.
Foul on Papaloukas on the reach-in out near midcourt. Papaloukas, it's his third.
And not a smart foul. Diamakoutis is going nowhere. Let him be. Now he's going to the line. Has an opportunity to score.
And so Diamantidis will go to the line. We're on the season a 77% free throw shooter. 4 for 4 from the line today. And the friendly hometown roll. Sergei Kushenko looking very much concerned, as he should be. Diamantidis has not missed a shot of any kind today until there.
You jinxed him, Mark.
I did. The ball was already on the way. But a 6-point advantage coming up on 2.5. Open look for Langdon on top.
Yeah, 2-possession game. And boy, he had a good look at it, didn't he?
He did. Panathinaikos dodging a bullet there.
And they put the ball in Diamantidis' hand.
Diamantidis into the lane and back out again. Tough runner. Hatzivrendis won't go. Battle for the rebound. Over to CSKA.
Two-possession game. Will they try to get the ball to Langdon? The great three-point shooter has struggled a little bit.
Yeah. Looked like Vandenspiegel
he sure did, didn't it?
Have touched that last. Can CSKA capitalize on the break? Rebounding battle dead even every way you look at it. And Holden fouled inside on the spin.
Holden aggressively taking it to the hoop.
Hatzivrendis picks up his third.
And we continue to go to the foul line. We have shot 70 free throws thus far.
And there will be more. Holden misses the first. 69% free throw shooter during Euroleague competition. Not great. Gets the second.
CSKA picking up their defense. Full court now. A lot of pressure.
5-point game. Siskauskas has it across the line with a much smaller Holden on him.
Yeah, CSKA really extending the defense right now.
Siskauskas slicing through for the hoop, plus the foul.
What a great play. Going between two defenders, going to the hoop, drawing the foul. He weaves his way through there, and that's going to be on Vandenspiegel. Is that his fifth?
It is.
Yes, it is. That's going to hurt because he's played very well defensively and clogged up the middle for CSKA thus far. Look at the concentration off the glass between the two players.
An amazing effort for this Panathinaikos team from Athens, and you think about who's delivering it. A Lithuanian, a Yugoslavian, an American having huge impacts.
And they all are loved here in Athens. The crowd is really getting into it. Langdon.
Three-pointer for Langdon.
How clutch is that?
Not so fast, he says, for CSKA. Back to 5. Panathinaikos has put together just a fantastic team. They're all Greek today, especially if they win it. Diamantidis. Batiste throws it up backwards. Anderson the rebound.
A little out of control that time. CSKA not panicking. Papaloukas setting up the play.
Crowd really giving it to Papaloukas today. He was part of some technical fouls. And there's another three from Langdon. Cuts it to 2 and an eternity left. 51 seconds to go.
Trajan Langdon, just an outstanding shooter from three-point range. He's knocked down now 2 in a row, and CSKA is within 2. Langdon 3 for 4 now beyond the arc. Keep in mind he has taken all 4 of these shots here in the second half. Money time for Trajan Langdon.
Twice had bigs out on him, and they couldn't stay with him. And he burns him on 2 straight trips. Trajan Langdon doing what he does best. It's taken him all game to start dropping threes. But a 6-0 run, all courtesy of Trajan Langdon, has cut the once large lead for Panathinaikos down to just 2. Margin of error now razor thin. Now we'll see how the team of Panathinaikos responds. They're veterans. They've got the home crowd behind them, but trying to dethrone the champion is never going to be easy.
Who would they go to? CSKA, who's had the hot hand, or going down low to Batiste? Let Diamantidis handle the ball. Let him create. Maybe run a pick and roll with either Diamantidis or CSKA. Diamantidis goes into the lane, kick it out to Batiste on the right side, let him go to the middle using his right hand.
Sounds good to me.
Those are the options.
They inbound to Batiste. They're trying to deny Diamantidis, and there's that matchup we talked about. The Greek point guards going at each other. Papaloukas will guard him. Siskauskas at the free throw line. Batiste, they're not thinking hoop here. 10 on the shot clock. He's got to go for the top turnaround. Mike Batiste delivers again.
What a great shot in traffic, under pressure. Michael Batiste delivers.
4-point game. 25 seconds left. Langdon again. Not this time. A foul in the rebounding action, and it'll go against Basirovic of Panathinaikos.
And that is 5 for him. Smotis goes to the line. A chance to close the gap. Smotis, 68% shooter, 69% shooter on the year. 10 for 10 today from the foul line.
As a team, CSKA shooting 76% from the line, 25 of 33. Taking a while to get this one lined up. Effective icing going on. Shot clock will be off. Smotis.
Calm, cool, and collected. 10 for 10 today. Gets the friendly roll. A shooter's roll.
Needs this to make it a 2-point game. And he can't do it. And a lane violation. Missed anyway. Still a 1-possession game.
Full court pressure.
And they get it in quickly, and the quick foul. Papaloukas gives it up. It's his 4th. Basirovic will shoot. No, he won't. He just fouled out. It looked like Basirovic, but perhaps
the foul. It's to extend the game.
Still plenty of time. They got the quick foul. And it's Vujanic. Makes it a 4-point game. So back to a 2-possession game. What a game Vujanic has had. And it's got the second.
Timeout, CSKA.
Vujanic has been huge. 2 great performances. Wistful looks on the brain trust of CSKA. It's not over yet, but it's getting very close. The dream of the repeat is slipping away in Athens. Meanwhile, another dream, that of the Panathinaikos fans in Athens, to see their team win the Euroleague title and do it on their home floor. More likely than not at the moment.
Put the ball in Papa Lucas's hand. He's had it most of the night. He's produced. You got Smotus. You go to Smotus. You got Langdon. You got shooters out there. Let Papa Lucas create. You got Langdon from three-point range. You got Smotus who can hit it outside, but he can also step into the lane down low. Those are the options for CSKA. Papa Lucas will inbound the ball.
They need something quick. And then they're going to need a little help. Papa Lucas to Langdon. Quick release from three. Not this time. And a foul in the rebounding action on CSKA.
And it's on Smotus, and that will be all for him. And they can smell the victory in Athens.
Smotus, an 18-point night, is over. 3 rebounds as well. Siskauskas missing from the line. Wachovia Championship Golf coming up for a Latin American and Brazil audience. You're expecting to see that right now. We've got a few more moments left in this one. Papa Lucas rolling down the lane, cuts it to 3 with 8.5 left.
Look to steal, if not get it, quick foul.
The quick foul is not coming, finally. But 3 seconds came off the clock. And Siskauskas will go to the free throw line. The foul on Trajan Langdon, the latest CSKA star to foul out.
And Siskauskas will go to the line, who's had some difficulty today. Missed the last 2. It is just 10 for 15 on the day. It's still a 1-possession game.
Siskauskas hits the first. It's a 2-possession game again. They could smell it before. They can taste it now. 5 seconds left. Papa Lucas to the corner. Holding desperation. It goes, but it doesn't matter. Break out the Uzo. Panathinaikos is the Euroleague champion. A true class act for Disco Albertus. Well, this is it. The Euroleague season is completed here on ESPN. For Gail Goodrich and our entire crew, I'm Mark Brown. So long for now. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. The Wachovia Championship up next for Latin America. Good night, everybody.
Basketball devotion.